Hey y'all, Greenhorn Trucker Vlog 7. So, after sitting for a couple of days at the truck stop in Dallas, which, I found a cool spot there, so it was alright. Plus, as I mentioned before, I ran into an acquaintance from the school, Jehoon, who cooked us up some good steaks and gave me a bunch of organic brown eggs and this fish that's popular in Russia, a container of this fish. So I got up in the morning, man, and I put some of those eggs into a plastic bowl and nuked it. The fish you don't eat cold. But then I went ahead and chopped it up and stirred it in with my eggs. And the fish is pretty salty, but mixed with the eggs, it took a lot of that off of it, and it was really tasty. It was a great breakfast, fish and eggs. But anyway, and so then I got sent to me a pick to go pick up a load, and so I made my that direction, and got to a truck stop about 20 miles out, and figured I'm going to park there for the night, and I'm going to get a shower and do laundry, and I'm going to go to bed early and whatnot. And I talked to the broker like earlier in the morning, and she was talking about me picking up a load Saturday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And and that was just conversation. So, and told me, where basically it would be. So next thing I know, I get a text in my phone, and it's basically got the bill of lading for the pickups and the drops, and it's 3 drops. It's one in Utah and a couple in the Seattle area, and so it's 1 pick and 3 drops. So I look at that. Okay, my first drop is in Utah on Monday, so I'm thinking, okay, Saturday I do a pick at 3 o'clock. Monday at 8 o'clock p.m. I got a drop in Utah. Oh, no problem. I got lots of time. So I'm chilling back at the truck stop, and I'm goofing around inside my truck, and I'm messing with my windshield wiper, which I was having a problem with, and I fixed, and doing this and that. And at about 6 o'clock p.m., I got my bag and everything. I'm getting ready to go in and wash my laundry because all my clothes are dirty, and getting ready to grab a shower. And I get a phone call. Hey, have you checked in yet? And I go, checked in yet? What do you mean? My pick is tomorrow at 3 o'clock. It's like, no, it was today at 3 o'clock. It's like, what? Like, oh my God. I grab my phone, I scroll through, and I find the thing, and sure enough, I'm 3 hours late for my pick. I'm like, oh my God. I'm never late. I'm never late for anything. I'm not that person. I was just livid. It's like, oh my God. And it's my own fault, because when I was reading through the paperwork on my phone, you got to enlarge it because it's real small print. I was just looking at the drops. I wasn't looking at the pick, because in my head I already knew when, the pick was going to be. So I was looking at the drops so I could calculate, timing. And I had in mind to stop and visit some relatives in Ponca City, Oklahoma. And that's like 3 hours adds to my drive time, but certainly worth it, So I figure I'm going to do that. And so anyway, so I was only about 20 miles away from my pick. So I head over there and I check in, and they put me at a door right away, and I sit there for a couple hours, and finally they load me up, and there was no issue with them at all. They didn't care. And especially since I'm obviously going to make my drop on time. It's not till Monday at 8 p.m. So anyway, they load me up and I get out of there. Now the problem is I didn't get my shower, I didn't do my laundry, and I want to visit my family in Ponca City. It's a 4-hour plus drive to get there, and if I'm going to spend any time to visit there, I need to get there. So I'm feeling tired now. I'm tired, but I drove a couple hours worth and started getting a little bit drowsy, and I said, nope, not going to do that. So pulled into a truck stop, not a single spot to park. Went into a rest area, not a single spot to park. So drove down the highway a piece, took an exit, went onto the on-ramp. It was dark and quiet and there was no one there. And I got well off the road and shut her down and slept for a couple hours. So woke up feeling refreshed, grabbed a bite to eat, made myself some coffee, hit the road, and I got here and I'm here. And so this is an old neighborhood. If you look at these trees, you know, you got to be careful because, you know, that trailer's, you know, 13.6 and so that I had to pick and choose my way and look down the street before I turned to make sure I could get through there. Look at the wires and everything, make sure it's all good. And it was. I got in here no problem. So I'm here about 3 hours or so, and up come the cops. I know why they're here. You know, I know why they're here. My neighbor has been a truck driver for many years, and he can park his tractor in his driveway, but you can't park your tractor and trailer on the edge of the street. And almost anywhere you're not allowed to do that in residential areas. But it's kind of complaint enforcement only. You know what I mean? Well, somebody complained. So the cops saying, who owns the truck? I go, me, I know why you're here. Go ahead, take me away. And they laugh and they say, yeah, there's a couple places in town where you can park the truck, but you can't park it on the road here. We had a complaint. I'm like, okay, yeah, I understand. No problem. I'll get out here. And I go, what about on private property? If I get it all the way onto private property? They said, yeah, well, there is an ordinance about pavers. Like, if you park it on private property, it has to be paved. But the complainant probably doesn't know that. So you can go ahead and do that. But if they call us again, then we're going to have to come back and ask you to move. And I said, okay, deal. So, pow. Yes, I did. And the thing is, 5 minutes away, I could have took it somewhere and parked it. But I decided to be rebellious since they wanted to call and be snotty. I mean, come on. How often is there a semi-truck parked here? Never. And, I mean, it has to be one of the neighbors. They think they know who. Somebody who's kind of a recluse and a drinker, right? It just started getting at them, I guess. Female drinker. But anyway, so there that is. So I'm hoping that she's seen the cops come up, and I'm hoping that she's seen me drive it onto the private property, and I hope that that's burning her ass, but she thinks that there's nothing she can do about it. But anyway, if they come back, if there's any more complaint, I have no problem moving it. I was just being snotty about it. Not to them, but, you know, my actions. So anyway, one thing I learned, a lesson learned, when no matter what you think, when you get your bill of lading, read it all. Read every bit of it. Make sure you're not missing nothing, because, you know, like for Kroger, for instance, so Safeway, those kind of places, if you don't get your load there on time, they fine you. And it's a pretty hefty financial fine. And if you don't pay it, you can't transport for them. You know what I mean? So read all your paperwork. Make sure you know your schedule. Another greenhorn mistake. But you learn from your mistakes, and I've been learning a lot. So I'm going to hang here for just a few hours. Now, I'm 17 hours from my destination. That's an 8-hour drive tomorrow, and or 9-hour drive tomorrow, and 8-hour drive on Monday. My drop's not till 8. I could spend the night here and lollygag and hang out. But what happens if I get a flat? You know? So, I mean, although it's okay to have a little bit of you time at times, I'm still working. You know what I mean? I'm on the job. So, yeah, I'm taking a little bit of time out to see family that I haven't seen for over a year, but I'm leaving soon. And I'm going to go ahead and plug away and get 4 or 5 hours drive tonight. and then I'll drive 10 hours tomorrow. That'll put me 3 hours out from my destination on Monday. Sunday night, I'll be 3 hours from my destination. And my delivery is not till 8 p.m. You know what I mean? Just the way it is. So, you know, it's important that you get your load on time. So, there it is. Anyway, peace.